Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Google Training, brought to you by Perfect Search Media. Today, we'll be going over Google Shopping. We'll be discussing what shopping ads look like, where they're shown, how you target different users, and what is the benefit of shopping. So without further ado, let's go and jump into it. All right. So, looking at slide number 3, you'll see that this is a screenshot of Google or of the SERP. So on this first row, we have an array of photos that display different Nike shoes. These are the shopping ads. And you'll see in this top right corner, it says sponsored. And if you were to click on this arrow, it would further expand out the shopping results page. So below the shopping ad is a text ad, which has Nike official store and the little green box. And then finally, we have the organic listing, which says men's shoes and sneakers, Nike.com. So you might be asking yourself, why would companies want to do shopping ads besides obviously being e-commerce based? So when it comes to shopping ads, what we see here is that there's a significant increase in traffic volume that can happen. Many users who are searching for products are very inclined to click on the shopping ads because it's a product that's relevant to them, something they're searching for, as well as just being enticing to the eye. It's better than just seeing text. So what we see with shopping ads is typically a higher click-through rate and a much cheaper cost per click. You're getting ideally qualified traffic to your site at a much smaller cost to you than potentially not using shopping. So the other thing too, which we touched on, is the traffic quality. These are people who are actively searching for products. So you want to make sure that you are displaying your products while people are looking for them. And then finally, it gives you the ability to segment your advertising strategies by what makes most sense to you as a company. Something that we definitely recommend at Perfect Search is using custom columns in different segments of your feed to divide it out and potentially change the array of products that you're advertising to people. So you might have a range of products that are for men only. And so you want to segment your campaign to be only going after men and showing blue shirts. So that is just one example of a way you can segment and divide up your product feed. But it is really important to have as much detail in your product feed as possible so you can better segment your products. So you might be wondering, well, what is this product feed? Where does it go? Does it go on Google Ads? What's going on here? So when it comes to Google Shopping, Google actually has a platform called Merchant Center, and they've done a ton of facelift and updates over this product really over the last 2 years or so. And now it's this beautiful thing that you see in the screenshot here, and it's a great tool to look at some high level, what are the issues within our product feed? Is Google accepting, rejecting some of our products? Are there new items that got flagged for an issue, as you'll see with the red spikes in the graph? And a lot of this time, a lot of this data can change frequently. It's always getting pulled in from the website, and Google uses different third-party platforms to bring in these products. So a company that we've worked with in the past is Feedonomics, and they are a feed optimization company. They are meant for not exclusively larger businesses, but larger companies that have a vast array of products and SKUs. And what they do is go through and make sure all of your product photos are optimized, your titles are optimized. All the information that Google would need to serve your ad, they make sure it's ready to go and easily understandable by Google. So the feed is much more of a technical aspect to the shopping ads, but it is very, very important. And Google does offer different support exclusively through Merchant Center. That is a problem that the Google Ads team and the Google Merchant Center team are completely separate entities, but still the support is just as strong across Google. So Merchant Center is how you look in and either upload your feed, enter in important information such as tax, shipping, look at different accounts, check the health of the feed. But Merchant Center is something that maybe you don't need to check in on every single day, but it's always good to have a pulse check on. So next, let's just talk about some shopping campaigns. And there's a lot of different ways that you can structure an account. There's accounts that only have smart shopping. There's accounts that have highly segmented manual campaigns. And it really depends on the client as well as the previous performance that we've seen. So for these next few slides, we'll talk about some manual account structures. So when it comes to manual structures, this means that you're segmenting your campaign by, as seen in the screenshot here, the different product sections. So you have toys, you have crafts and hobbies, you have kids crafts, you have frames, and the real idea here is that you're able to look at these products from a individual performance standpoint. So what that means is you're not just looking at the entirety of your shopping campaign with all your products and saying, oh, I'm getting a $2 return on ad spend. This is great. What a highly segmented account structure allows you to do is see that maybe toys has a $4 return on ad spend and frames only has a $1.50. So you'll want to put more budget in the toys campaign and less budget to the frames campaign. It's very important to have highly segmented campaigns so you can make sure that budget is allocated correctly. So with bid strategies, there's several across shopping that mirror a lot of the ones you've seen within search. So we have enhanced CPC, we have maximize clicks, and then we have a target return on ad spend. And these kind of fall into different categories. So enhanced CPC and target return on ad spend are used to be more efficient with your bids with enhanced CPC. So it allows Google to better optimize your bid if they believe that someone will or will not convert with that search term. And then target return on ad spend is where you tell Google that you want to see, let's say, a $3 300% return on ad spend. Google will then aim to show your ads at users and searches that they believe will best allow you to achieve your desired return on ad spend with your current budget. So there's a lot of different options here, and one thing that is not touched on in the bid strategy but is actually a campaign type is the smart shopping targeting. And we'll go into that in a couple slides, but just did want to notate that here. So when it comes to different optimizations, we've already touched on how to optimize the product feed and some different companies that might help you do that. But also what's really important with shopping, especially if you're running manual campaigns, is to always look at the search terms and make sure that your products are showing up for relevant searches. And then you also want to make sure that your budgets are allocated correctly, as we discussed previously. And something we didn't touch on but is very important is impression share. And similar to the kind of underperforming campaign getting lesser of the budget and the overperforming campaign getting a bigger share of the budget, when it comes to impression share, if we have a high performing campaign that's only at 25% impression share, this tells us that we're able to add more budget into that campaign and we can reach more users at ideally the same return on ad spend. So there's a lot of different things to look at when it comes to shopping. If you are running manual campaigns, you definitely want to check in on your segment bid adjustments. You can overlay different audiences. You can change your device bid adjustments. You can change your ad schedule. So there's a lot of different levers you can pull when it comes to manual shopping. And then finally here is smart shopping. So this is something that rolled out to Google about a year and a half or 2 years ago, back in 2018. And this has become very popular across numerous clients. Typically with smart shopping, we do recommend running smart shopping just by itself with no other shopping campaigns because it can cannibalize some shopping unless you have highly segmented manual campaigns that are going after very specific search terms. So with smart shopping, what Google tries to do is optimize your conversion value. So they basically tell you we will go after people who we think will have not only be the most likely to convert, but also have a larger AOV, a higher order, just across the board, a quote unquote better customer for you. So smart shopping can work out very well for some clients, not very well for others. And it can be a little bit slow to spend. So with smart shopping, definitely recommend testing it out, getting it up and running for your client. It is a great tool to use, but only if it makes sense for your business. And finally, as you'll see here with smart shopping, there are numerous placements you can show. So smart shopping is able to pull on the search engine results page, similar to what we saw at the beginning of this presentation. And then we have the display network, which will show on different websites, whether you're reading an article or just browsing a site, you're able to pull in your shopping feed there. And then next are YouTube ads, or just ability to show up on YouTube within your smart shopping. And then finally, we do have Gmail on the right, which will show in your promotion tabs. So shopping is an unbelievable way to get in front of users, and something that is essential for e-commerce clients. But also you got to make sure that you're looking at your feed and your different products, and also getting input from the company, asking them what are your high margin or low margin products, and that way you can better allocate budget, bids, and make not only the most money for your client, but also your client happy and their business successful. Thank you.